Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hey, hello one and all. Hope you're having a good day. Really nice here in Maine today, here on a Sunday. We're going to probably get some really hot weather here in the coming days. So I wanted to discuss the supposed bombing strike in Iran that Trump and everybody in his administration seems to think was successful. As it turns out, the facility that they hit was only damaged but wasn't destroyed. They sent in 2 stealth bombers and they unloaded all kinds of ordnance on it. But as they suspected, that wasn't going to be enough. They didn't use the tactical nuke, but what they did drop on it, I think they used that Moab fucking bomb there, I guess. It just, they did some satellite surveillance and they showed that it wasn't really that badly hurt. So they didn't really accomplish their mission, even though Trump, Hegseth, and everybody's been making the victory lap, saying they accomplished their mission and all that. Kind of reminds me of when we attacked Iraq, and it was like, what, a couple days later, Bush was on an aircraft carrier and it had mission accomplished behind him. And everybody was clapping and applauding, and then all of a sudden the real war broke out in Iraq with terrorist bombings and, people getting, hitting mines and shit in the roads. Okay, that's what's going to happen here. Trump and all of them are making this goddamn hoopla that, oh, we did better than any president would have before that, and yet they're making the same fucking mistakes previous presidents have made, especially Bush. Okay, and he hasn't really done anything different, and problems are just going to get worse. In the meantime, Iran has shut down the Strait of Hormuz, which is a key vein here for oil around the world. And with that closed down, oil prices are going to go up, gas prices are going to go up, and probably higher than we even realize. It's probably going to feel like the 1970s. I mean, if you're old enough to remember that, the gas lines. Okay, it's probably going to be like that. So, and it won't just affect the United States. So that being said, we could be looking at possibly other countries getting involved in order to open that strait up again. Okay, so we ain't done. The mission's not accomplished, and we ain't done, not by a long shot, and Iran is not done by a long shot, okay? Israel, they weren't happy with the terrorist strikes that happened to them. They're going to continue. The United States is going to be hit with terrorist strikes. That I can promise you. They're beefing up security for that. But if they do as half-assed a job as the Bush White House did before 9/11, we're going to see some real nasty shit in this country here in the days to come. So I'm telling you, people, this is not over. They're already out there clamoring for victory, and they want trophies and all kinds of shit for what they did. But all they did was poke the lion, and now the lion's awake. And the thing is this is going to be a long, drawn-out war. And since now, Iran's got no reason not to develop nuclear weapons now, because, hey, they honored their agreement for the last 20 fucking years, okay? They honored their side of the bargain. Trump pulled us out of that agreement when he was president the first time. And now he's been trying to get Iran back into the agreement of not doing these things. Well, now they've got no reason to obey any fucking agreement. So now you can expect that Iran is going to start working to get nuclear weapons. In the meantime, they got China, they got Russia, they got other countries allied with them who have nuclear weapons. We don't have to wait. Okay, these countries would happily let them use their own nukes against the United States. So, good job, Trump. Not only have you botched a fucking incident that could have been handled in a diplomatic fashion, but now you put the United States under the gun. We got bullseyes all over the country now, and the rest of the world isn't really going to run to our aid because we ignored the rest of the world when they told us not to strike Iran. So they're going to sit back and say, "Hey, let them pay for their arrogance." You know, they're not gonna bend over backwards for the U.S. Not while Trump's the president. So good job, MAGA. Good job, Trump. Good job. You guys did a great service for the country. We're gonna be great again. Oh God, you people are so fucking pathetic. And the fact is that even now, as I'm sitting here talking about this, MAGA is already out there clamoring to, basically rewrite or erase what was said about Trump, and trying to get on his good side by saying he'd done great and everything. All of a sudden, the talk about Trump not starting wars, hey, we never said that. That's what MAGA's doing right now. They're out there telling us that they never said that Trump wasn't going to start. Okay. And so already, MAGA, like the cult that they are, they will follow this leader right off a cliff. And, it's just, it's more proof to the obvious for all of us who know what's going on here that, MAGA, Trump, everybody associated with Trump and his administration, they're all fucking bad. Every one of them. They couldn't fight their way out of a wet paper bag. Hegseth, what can I say that hasn't already been said about the man? Incompetent is a very small word, but with Trump, he did what he did because he was goaded into it. Okay, let's make no mistake about that. He was pushed into acting. Why? Part of the reason, not the whole reason, but part of the reason was that when he got his little parade that wasn't supposed to be a little for his birthday, he was pissed off. I mean, they had words there with Hegseth, and other people about why was it like, he was mad. It made him look weak. He was humiliated. That's why he was sitting there with a scowl on his face through the whole fucking affair. Okay, it looked like crap. And he wanted to save face, and part of him wanting to go in and bomb Iran was to try to get back some of what he thought he lost, which he never had in the first place, okay, which is respect. He didn't have any respect. He thought he did, but he thought he had to reclaim respect by attacking Iran, okay? And since this guy is easily manipulated by other world leaders because they know how to flatter him and, give him accolades to do things and stuff, okay, that's the other reason. I'm sure Netanyahu said all kinds of pretty things for Trump's ears. And, he convinced Trump to send in a couple of bombers and take out targets, which he did, and they didn't really take them out. Okay, they're damaged, but whether or not they're still functional nobody really knows for sure. But from what they saw from the satellite footage, it doesn't look like they really did much damage to these facilities. So as far as Trump thinking that we stopped Iran's nuclear bomb capability, that remains to be seen, if they ever had it, which they did, because the UN had already been saying for years, since 2015, even further back, Iran has no nukes. Okay, but Trump was lying for the last couple of months, saying they did, and they are making them, and they're going to come around. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to be seeing nukes. So they've been saying that for over a decade, that Iran was just weeks away from having nukes, okay? So they used a lie, just like the weapons of mass destruction lie was used to goad us into a fucking war, okay? He's playing the same goddamn shit that Bush did. I mean, almost step for step for step. He's doing the same thing. The only problem is we're going to have a different outcome here, people. This one is not going to be in our favor. We're going to lose this fucking fight. I'm not saying that because, I'm mad at Trump. I'm saying that because it's a fact. We're not dealing with a pushover country here. Sure, they've taken some damage and stuff like that. But hey, a country with allies like China and Russia, hey, it changes the fucking size of the game board. Because you drag these other countries into this, and we're looking at World War III, okay? Because everybody else is going to have to get involved in it after that. They ain't going to have a choice, because everybody's ass is on the line then. Which is why I don't understand why Congress is just sitting quiet here. Okay? I haven't heard anything from Congress, you know, about impeachment or anything like that. He started this bombing without their approval. Congress did not greenlight this bombing raid. So, like I said, this is a really a bad fucking situation here, and you know, World War III seems more of a possibility in this point in my life than it ever has. Okay. I mean, Marco Rubio was interviewed by Fox, and it's funny how all these fucking assholes in the Trump administration are running to Fox to tell their lies, because Fox won't challenge what they say. They won't do it. They'll just sit there and let these guys run their mouth. But Rubio goes over there and he tells them that we got the best president we ever had for this kind of a problem. Really? We're going to find out just how best he is at the end of the day, if we still have a country left standing. Okay? Just how good Trump really is. The best kind of president never would have got us into this fight in the first place, because they would have understood, as every president had before him, that you don't go poke this fucking lion. They got friends, they got allies. What you do to control them is you go through the route of the UN, which is what they did, and which has kept Iran at bay. Okay? But no, Trump had to polish his image, so he could garner respect from the world leaders and stuff like that. Okay, you know, this is who you got. It's like a childlike mentality, schoolyard bully. Okay. So if Trump was such a fucking genius here with military tactics, why is he following the same steps as George W. Bush did leading up to Iraq, the Iraq War? Okay. Why is he doing that? Same fucking mistake that Bush is making. He's doing the same thing. So don't give me this shit about genius. Oh, he's playing four-dimensional chess. This fucking guy came to the game with checkers. Okay? Everybody else in the world is playing this game around him, and he's just sitting there in the kindergarten class. Okay? This fucking guy doesn't know what he's doing. All right, so that's my reaction to what's going on here, and things are going to really get bad here in the coming days. So keep your ears open on the news. What can I say? Maybe, you know, bug the shit out of your fucking representatives, your Congress representatives here. Tell them to get off their ass and do something about this, okay? We're looking to them. Otherwise, the answer that they're going to get from the public is not going to be peaceful. The peaceful protests are going to come to an end, and it's going to be riots. It's going to be violent. It's going to, you know, they're going to have to actually send half the military to Iran and half the military to govern the... I mean, we're going to be stretched beyond our fucking means here. Okay? It's not going to look good. So, either Congress does something, or we exclude Congress from the equation, the way Trump did. Talk to you guys later.